Welcome to Skin Deep, a sacred space where we peel back the layers, speak the unspeakable, and remember who we were before the world told us who to be. I'm your host, Kiara Charles, truth seeker, generational curse breaker, and bloodline recalibrator. Let's begin. In our last chapters, we explored rage and forgiveness, two powerful thresholds that strip us bare. But what happens when the fire cools and the echoes of forgiveness settle? We're left with a mirror. And in that mirror, a question stares back. What am I worth? Today we are unmasking worth, peeling back the false labels placed on us by family, society, and trauma. We are naming ways we have been conditioned to shrink. And we are reclaiming the truth that our worth was something that we never had to earn. It's always been ours. For you created in my utmost being, you knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. There were seasons that I felt so low about myself that I treated myself like that as well. I punished myself through conscious and unconscious forms of self-hate, self-ridicule, and self-harm. There were years that I couldn't even look in the mirror because when I did, shame stared back at me. I hated myself for not being strong enough to speak up and defend myself. I was angry with myself for not having the power to overcome. And in those moments, I tied my worth to something somebody else had did to me. By the time trauma took a hold on me, I believed that my value was tied to the words and the actions of others. When I was 21, I found out that I was pregnant with my son Chase. I was masking my healing. Before that moment, I had been numbing the pain with avoidance. I didn't want to heal because healing felt too hard, too painful. Deep down, I thought I was entitled to effortless healing, one where God just strips the pain away from you without you having to do any work. I often ask God, why am I responsible for something that someone else did to me? Why am I responsible for fixing something, for healing something that I didn't break myself? That question left me angry and bitter and unworthy of God's light and love. When I found out I was pregnant with Chase, the anxiety wasn't around being a first-time mom. It was around the fact that I had realized I had been reckless with my life thus far. And not only did I have to protect myself, but now I have an innocent child that I have to protect in this world. And that terrified me. Between the ages of 16 and 21, I barely went to church. And I didn't care about nurturing my relationship with God. I kept my mask on and performed for the world because deep down inside, I had already told God, I won't serve you. And really, it was because I believed I didn't have anything worth living for. But God saw me. In the most strategic and loving way, He saw me. God whispered, now here, He's something worth living for. What are you going to do about it? Will you keep living on this way without acknowledging the purpose that I created you for in the first place? Or will you choose a different path? That was my first purpose-based mission. Crystal clear, unshakable. I said, okay, God, if this is what you want me to do, if my purpose is to be a mother, then I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. But I can't do it alone. I need you. And that's how my journey began. Not just my journey towards motherhood, but my journey of finally feeling worthy. Take a moment to get comfortable. Place one hand over your heart and the other over your belly. Close your eyes if it feels safe. Now take one deep inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Let your body soften into this moment. Now whisper these words silently to yourself or aloud if you feel led. I am worthy. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of peace. I am worthy of joy. I am worthy of God's light within me. Imagine a golden light at the center of your chest, glowing, expanding, wrapping you in warmth. This light is your birthright. It has always been there. It will always be there. As you breathe, picture the golden light dissolving the mask you've worn, the shame, the doubt, the labels others placed on you. See them fade, and what remains is you, whole, beloved, worthy. Now place both hands back over your heart. Take one more deep inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale with gratitude. When you are ready, open your eyes and carry this truth with you. Your worth is not something to be earned. It's something that God declared over you from the very beginning. As I began to let the truth sink in, that worth is something that God authored me into already. These words poured out. All I ever wanted to be was worthy, like a double scoop of chocolate ice cream on a hot Thursday, or a slice of my favorite cake on my birthday. All I ever wanted to be was worthy, like a queen on her throne receiving curtsies, or like death met with life as a mercy. All I ever wanted to be was worthy of a life that God planned for me to be prosperous, to be protected by a God with a policy of no tolerance. All I ever wanted to be was worthy of the gift of life through this legacy, to get to the gates and God say, you did that pleasantly. All I ever wanted to be was worthy to be in this God body full armored against the enemy, to be born to a bloodline and be the remedy. All I ever wanted is to be worthy, to be called, but to fully embody the spirit of being chosen, to be fearfully and wonderfully made in the most high devotion. All I ever wanted to be was worthy of the many gifts bestowed upon me, of all the blessings that explode on me. All I ever wanted to be was worthy, like on Valentine's and I'm the leading lady, or a positive test after a rainbow baby. All I ever wanted to be is worthy of this light that I've always carried, even when I feel like it wasn't fair to me. All I ever wanted was to be worthy, to be a role model for the little girl in me, writing poetry, not knowing, see, God doesn't measure worth like me, because he called my worth before I had a chance to see. Because before he formed me in my mother's womb, he already had a plan for me to be set apart from the world, and he did it lovingly. All I ever wanted was to be worthy. But God said I need not to ever worry, because my worth was clear in the fact that he preserved me. All I ever wanted was to be worthy. Maybe you've been questioning your worth too. Maybe like me, you tied it to what was done to you, what was said to you, and what you failed to do. But here's the truth. Before you even knew yourself, God called you worthy. And that truth, cannot be erased. I want to invite you to sit with this truth in your own life, to take the mirror of worth and hold it up to your own story. This week's journal prompts will help you do just that. Where did I first learn to question my worth? If worth was a mask that I was wearing, what would happen if I took it off? What evidence do I see that God has preserved me and therefore mark me worthy? Thank you for going deep with me today. If this episode reminded you of your worth, share it with someone who may need the same reminder. Subscribe to Skin Deep so you don't miss what's next. And drop a comment if this resonated with you. And remember, your worth was never up for debate. God called it before you could even see it. Until next time, stay rooted, stay focused, and stay skin deep.